show on YouTube. The whole show won't be there. Usually on YouTube I cut out the music and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, just I think that you can go to my YouTube channel is Charles Lamson's webcam video, but I think the easiest way to do it is just Google Charles Lamson and you'll see the YouTube listing there. But so anywho, ladies and gentlemen, Edward Bernays, one of the most influential men of the 20th century. Okay, yeah, if you're just joining us, or if you were here before and you're not quite aware of where I left off, sometimes I go all over the place, but anyway, politics was the first big business in America. Therefore, there is a good deal of irony in the fact that business has learned everything that politics has had to teach, but that politics has failed to learn very much from business methods of mass distribution of ideas and products. That may have been true in 1928, but I think politics is catching up. Anyway, Emily Newell Blair has recounted in The Independent, I think that's a magazine. Once again, this is from the 1928, so there's a lot of weird, archaic names and magazines he brings up, and I think that is a magazine, a political magazine. Anyway, Emily Newell Blair has recounted in The Independent a typical instance of the waste of effort and money in a political campaign. A week speaking tour in which she herself took part. She estimates that on a 5-day trip covering nearly 1,000 miles, she and the United States Senator with whom she was making political speeches addressed no more than 1,105 persons, whose votes might conceivably have been changed as a result of their efforts. Once again, I think this is very applicable to today, except today, you know, I guess our communications are much more instantaneous, and we have much more TV addicts. I won't go into that because I've already yelled and screamed enough in this episode and used curse words, and God forbid, I got angry, and I'm not on fucking Prozac. The cost of this appeal to these voters, she estimates, calculating the value of the time spent on a very moderate basis, as $15.27 for each vote, which might have been changed as a result of the campaign. Definitely, these are 1928 figures, yeah, when we're talking about numerical value, or monetary value, I'm sorry. This, she says, was a drive for votes, just as an Ivory Soap advertising campaign is a drive for sales. But she asks, what would a company executive say to a sales manager who sent a high-priced speaker to describe his product to less than 1,200 people at a cost of $15.27 for each possible buyer? She finds it amazing that the very men who make their millions out of cleverly devised drives for soap and bonds and cars will turn around and give large contributions to the expended for vote getting in an utterly inefficient and antiquated fashion. Hey, it really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, I mean, it's all taxpayer money. I mean, the corporations back both sides anyway, so at the end of the day, they've already factored this in cost factor analysis, and believe me, they make out at the end of the day. Don't feel sorry for big business. It is indeed incomprehensible that politicians do not make use of the elaborate business methods that industry has built up. Because a politician knows political strategy, can develop campaign issues, can devise strong planks for platforms, and envisage broad policies. it does not follow that he can be given the responsibility of selling ideas to a public as large as that of the United States. The politician understands the public. He knows what the public wants and what the public will accept. But the politician is not necessarily a general sales manager. A public relations counsel, once again, this is just like a fancy name for a PR man, propagandist, or a man who knows how to secure mass distribution of ideas. Obviously, an occasional political leader may be capable of combining every feature of leadership. Just as in business, there are certain brilliant industrial leaders who are financiers, factory directors, engineers, sales managers, and public relations counsel, all rolled into one. Can't disagree with that. There are natural leaders out there, and not only just natural leaders, but like naturally intelligent, naturally also guys that are just like sort of naturally ethical and gregarious and are good at making friends and blah 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 and whatnot. Because I do think, I mean, when we are talking about charisma, a certain element of ethics does have to come in, or you cannot swing the whole public as a whole if you're being an unethical jackass all the time. But anywho, big business. Well, fuck. I guess no. I take that back. I mean, maybe you can nowadays. It's so hard to tell anymore. What's PR? What's guys just doing a PR stunt, and what's guys actually being sincere and caring about people? Is there a difference? I don't know. Do you guys want to weigh in on this? You guys want to sound off on this? You think I'm full of shit? Or you think big business is full of shit? Hey, man, give me a call. And once again, I know I sound mean and cranky on the air a lot of times. So whenever I get a caller, I always hear them out. Callers on my show get carte blanche, always. So the number is 917-932-8806. Once again, that is 917-932-8806. Or you want to drop off some ideas in the chat room. I understand a lot of people don't really like to talk on the phone, and I can dig that. I totally understand that. I used to be one of those guys, and I don't know what happened to me. I got pissed. I don't know, but anyway, if you want to come by the chat room and share some ideas that way, please do. Once again, that is blogtalkradio.com/Charles Lamson. Look for the chat link and come on in, and we'll be happy to hear from you. But, let's see here. Alrighty, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, so back to Bernays. Let's see here. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm on the verge of a big, huge burp. I'm trying to be professional about it and bury it deep within the inner recesses. I could hit the mute button, but I don't know, man. It's just like, I have a cheesy blog talk radio show, and it's just like, I don't understand a lot of these Patriot shows. It's like they're trying to be. We're trying to be like Fox News, motherfuckers. You know, it's like, I just don't fucking get it. You know, it's like nobody's getting paid. It's all fucking voluntary. And you guys want to act like fucking Fox News whores. I don't fucking get it. Big business is conducted on the principle that it must prepare its policies carefully, and that in selling an idea to the large buying public of America, it must proceed according to broad plans. The political strategist must do likewise. The entire campaign should be worked out according to broad basic plans. Platforms! Plagues, pledges, budgets, activities, personalities must be as carefully studied, apportioned, and used as they are when big business desires to get what it wants from the public. Wake up! The first step in a political campaign is to determine the objectives and to express them exceedingly well in the current form, that is, as a platform. In devising the platform, the leader should be sure that it is an honest platform. Campaign pledges and promises should not be lightly considered by the public, and they ought to carry something of the guarantee principle and money-back policy that an honorable business institution carries with the sale of its goods. The public has lost faith in campaign promotion work. It does not say that politicians are dishonorable, but it does say that campaign pledges are written on the sand. Here, then, is one fact of public opinion of which the party that wishes to be successful might well take cognizance. To aid in the preparation of the platform, there should be made as nearly scientific an analysis as possible of the public and of the needs of the public. A survey of public desires and demands would come to the aid of the political strategist, whose business is to make a proposed plan of the activities of the parties and its elected officials during the coming terms of office. A big business that wants to sell a product to the public surveys and analyzes its market before it takes a single step, either to make or to sell the product. If one section of the community is absolutely sold to the idea of this product, no money is wasted in reselling it to it. On the other hand, another section of the public is irrevocably committed to another product. No money is wasted on a lost cause. Very often, the analysis is the cause of basic changes and improvements in the product itself, as well as an index of how it is to be presented. So carefully is this analysis of markets and sales made that when a company makes out its sales budgets for the year, it subdivides the circulations of the various magazines and newspapers it uses in advertising and calculates with a fair degree of accuracy how many times a section of that population is subjected to the appeal of the company. It knows approximately to what extent a national campaign duplicates and repeats the emphasis of a local campaign of selling. As in the business field, the expenses of the political campaign should be budgeted. A large business today knows exactly how much money it is going to spend on propaganda during the next year or years. It knows that a certain percentage of its gross receipts will be given over to advertising, newspaper, magazine, outdoor, and poster, a certain percentage to circularization and sales promotion, circularization being newspapers, magazines, whatnot, such as house organs and dealer aids, and a certain percentage must go to the supervising salesmen who travel around the country to infuse extra stimulus in the local sales campaign. A political campaign should be similarly budgeted. The first question which should be decided is the amount of money that should be raised for the campaign. This decision can be reached by a careful analysis of the campaign costs. There is enough precedent in business procedure to enable experts to work this out accurately. Then the second question of importance is the manner in which money should be raised. It is obvious that politics would gain much in prestige if the money-raising campaign were conducted candidly and publicly. Does the term transparency ring a bell? Once again, Edward Bernays is acting like he was putting out a book, so he wanted to be more respectable, and here I am, a scholar. Check out how ethical and good I am. Check out how I always take the high road in my campaigns. Meanwhile, he was involved in some of the shadiest fucking PR campaigns of all times. And furthermore, Oh, and I like how he ends the sentence. It is obvious that politics would gain